Mooradian, who is the president of the Henry Ford.
Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having us here. This has been a fabulous event. Tell me a little bit about why a museum that is mostly about cars and manufacturing history is hosting the 100th anniversary of Rosa Parks.
Well, actually, our mission is to tell the great American stories of innovation, ingenuity, and resourcefulness. Most of us think that innovation means technological innovation,
right.
But in fact, the Day of Courage is celebrating the act of a very courageous woman, Rosa Parks, who we call a social innovator.
Yeah.
And we have the bus here and an exhibition called With Liberty and Justice for All that really tells those stories of America's core democratic values and our struggle for freedom.
Right. You guys have that bus here, and I think that's such a wonderful thing for people to be able to see. And it really, it's an odd thing to have in the museum, but it really sort of fits in, like you said, with that bigger mission.
Well, it's in that exhibition With Liberty, Justice for All, which is all about America's fight for freedom, and starting with the Declaration of Independence, and the exhibition takes us through transformative moments, ending with the Civil Rights Movement. And so the bus is really the core iconic artifact in that exhibition.
Right. Let's talk about today's events. How did this all sort of come together in your mind as the president here, that you guys should be the host here?
Well, when we put this exhibition together in 2006, we acquired the bus in 2001 and put it on exhibit in 2003. And all along we knew that on this day, February 4th of 2013, Rosa Parks would turn 100.
So this was by design.
Absolutely.
A long time ago.
We started thinking about this many years ago, but about a year ago our planning got active, and we started to determine who could help us. And when we said, this should be a day of courage, we contacted our senators and our congressmen, and through their help, Senator Levin and Senator Savanaugh, they were able to get the Senate to pass a resolution saying that today is a National Day of Courage.
Right. And we also had the beautiful stamp unveiling today. Boy, that picture of...
As things unfolded and started to progress, we were able to get Julian Bonds, a very, very well-known civil rights speaker, activist here. So he was our keynote speaker, and with that, we started to work with the United States Postal Service, and they decided that this would be a great day to do the unveiling of the Rosa Parks stamp.
Right. And I noticed, of course, every day at the museum you've got tons of kids and school groups, but you had specific kids here for the ceremony today, including choirs from local schools.
We've had, from the minute we opened at 9:30 all the way through till tonight at 9:30, there is constant activity on the stage with choirs and speakers. We have known some noted biographers of Rosa Parks that are going to be speaking about her and her act of courage. And so there's just a full day's worth of activities.
And that's a big part of this museum, right?
It is.
Passing on that sort of knowledge and understanding of our history to kids.
Well, these are great events that took place in our country, and this one in particular was not one event, it's a movement, but this woman and her courage really sparked that movement. And so it's an opportunity for this institution as an American history museum to help people understand the importance of where we were and where we are, and most importantly, where we're going.
Where we're headed, right.
Yeah.
That word courage meant something very different, I think, in 1955 for Rosa Parks than it does for people today. What does that mean to you?
Well, when I look at the many different stories in our American history that look at the courage of people, it can take on many meanings. And in this case with Rosa Parks, she was a very quiet woman who had to really muster a lot of courage to do what she did.
Right.
When you look at Henry Ford, he had the stamina to overcome several bankruptcies in order to continue what he believed in that vision. Thomas Edison and the light bulb, George Washington Carver. I mean, the list goes on of the many people who came before us, and these examples are examples for all of us.
Right.
And for me, it gives me the courage to continue to do what we do, and the knowledge that this is important work. It's important for students, for people, for visitors of all ages to come and be able to participate and immerse themselves, which is something that I think helps to tell the story better when you are just reading from a history book and
Right.
you see a date, you memorize a date, but here you can sink into the history and the stories.
And understand how things work.
You can feel it. You can sit on the Rosa Parks bus.
Right.
Mrs. Parks' voice comes on. You can hear what happened that day. And the emotion that it evokes is very important and valid because it helps us feel what it must have felt like. And our whole purpose is to inspire someone to make a difference, to make the world better. So
inspire that next
next generation of leaders, of doers, people who are thinkers. It's important.
These are pretty good days for the museum. My wife and I are members here. We bring our kids all the time. I remember when I was a kid, the museum was different, and you guys have a lot going on here now. It seems like with the museum, the village, the events like Maker Faire in the summer, you guys are doing very well.
Thank you. All of those events are again designed so that people can have hands-on experiences because it really is about learning by doing.
Right.
And everybody has a spark of genius in them, every single person.
Right.
And we want to spark that creative thinker, that idea, let it take root and hopefully create a better tomorrow.
Make a difference. All right. Great to have you here. Thank you for having us here. Wonderful event.
Thank you so much.
Okay.